where the light can exceed the eye safety specifications for blue light, because blue light is dangerous for you. So my hope for you is to don't try and get the cool lights to try and get more light. Get a warmer light that's more comfortable and safer for you. Right? And even the International Dark Sky Society, these are the people that are the stargazers, they are promoting that the street light should be a warm light because there's less reflection and less competition, per se, with the stars. So I just want to restate some of the advantages of the LEDs. They're one of the most efficient lights that are out there right now. It reduces your heating and cooling costs. It's a full spectrum light, so you're going to have a healthier environment for your eyes. And for you, because you're not going to have, there are people that are sensitive to lights that get headaches and that from being in a fluorescent light environment. There's no ultraviolet or infrared light coming from these. Therefore, your furniture won't fade, or your pictures won't fade, or the artifacts in the museum across the way are going to last longer. Sorry to say that you won't be able to suntan under them because there is no ultraviolet. And this is one that Saskatchewan people will appreciate, that bugs aren't attracted to them as much as other lights either. I did some checking today and just wanted to make sure I got the facts right. Insects. Some insects are attracted to the ultraviolet. Mosquitoes are attracted to the infrared. Neither are those, so hopefully people are saying that it's going to be less attractive to the bugs. Better color rendering, because we've got the full spectrum. Or like if you're running in a stage, musical stage situation, what they do now is they use a regular incandescent light and then apply filters over it to get your reds and blues that they want. So you're generating all that electricity, the other spectrum, and then filtering it out. Right? So you can get a red LED or a green or red or blue and different colors and get the energy that you're putting in, get it out. And this is another area that I'm researching, I'm going to look more at, is the grow lights. Because plants are not sensitive to the center like we are. They want blue for growth and red for blooming. And what's in the center is the yellows and greens. Well, plants are green, and any color that you look at, those are colors that are reflected, not absorbed. All other colors are absorbed. So to give you a better understanding, if you look at black, all the colors are absorbed, right? All the yellow, all the greens, all the other colors are absorbed. And what's reflected is just about nothing. Right? So green plants, the green is being reflected. It doesn't need green light. So we're going to design lights without the green in it, because why waste the energy in that section of the light that we don't need? Now the dimmable lights, if you try, well, incandescents, if you dim them, they'll get more orangey, like the color changes, right? Compact fluorescents are there are versions that are supposed to be dimmable. But what I've seen is like they go off. There's no gravity, it's just off. LEDs, you can do a full dimming with the special electronics. You have to get different electronics inside, so you have to get dimmable versions. But it'll be the same color no matter what percentage of light you have coming out of it. We've got the no hazardous chemicals. We talked about instant on at all temperatures. So 30 to 40 below outside, it's going to come on. Expecting 35 to 50,000 hours of life. And they rate the 50,000 hours. That number is based on when the light output is 80% of its original output. So 50,000 hours doesn't mean the battery's going to go dead, like warranty on your vehicle or TV or something. At 50,000 hours, it should be 80% of the brightness and still keep going. And by that time, hopefully the lights are cheaper, and it's a good thing. The reduced cost of maintenance. Again, like running 4 people up a scaffolding to change one light bulb, or relamping a whole room, you know, that's shock resistance. I demonstrated that and dropped the light on a cement. There is a carpet, but the cement floor here, and I got the shock factor out of them, but we can screw this back in and it'll work. So even on vehicles, I've got some machinery that has a lot of vibration happening. That's not going to be a problem with these. And I also mentioned about the professionalism of in your stores. If you've got 50 lights and 20 are burnt out, it doesn't look like you take care of your store very well. So if the lights are up there, are on all the time, that's a good thing. So I hope that you've learned something that you didn't know before. That's for sure not. It's evolving. The topic of the story was something for everybody. Go through the list that I've just given you, pick one, the rest are free.
Now, if we could also ask questions now,
Yep.
if that's okay.
Sure thing.
When people tour the Verico home, I always make sure to tell them that they should actually do their homework before they purchase lights, because you're stuck with them for a long time. So if you get something you're not happy with, it will wear you out. Now
It'll pick at you every day.
It'll bother you forever.
Yeah.
Now with LED lights, how can a consumer go to like a regular store to try and figure out what's good, what is a good light, what isn't a good light? How do they educate themselves on buying the perfect light for their house?
There is a third-party testing facility in the States now. It's called Lighting Facts. It's an independent testing facility. They will test the light output per watt. They'll also give you a graph of what the light spectrum is like. Of course, the light output, though, just to make you aware of it, when they say, well, it's a 5,000 degree, when you take equipment and you average out all this light spectrum, it's like mixing it up in a bowl. Okay, the average is this much. But what you have to be aware of is how big is this spike. And that's really hard to tell. Unless you can get this right from the factory. And I've got some of my suppliers supplying that to me so I can know. Right? Because it's an average. When a camera takes a picture, it takes all the colors that are out there, mixes it all together, 18% gray. If you mix it all together, this is a perfect exposure, 15% gray. Way to go. Good. But it doesn't tell you, there might be a great big spike of red, a great big spike of green. It's the average. So it is hard. And there's different manufacturers, they all have a little different formula for their coatings. Because they try and patent their own coatings and stuff like that. It's competitive. And yeah, I've got different lights in there. I go, turn it on. Oh, don't want that one. You know, it's like, okay, that's a certain manufacturer of chip. It's a chip manufacturer. And there's some that I really like. I know if I can go to my suppliers, putting this chip in it, I'm pretty much guaranteed I'm going to like the light. I specify the one brand that I really like, I can specify the temperature, and they have lots of different ranges that I can hit the ranges I want and I'll be happy. So the best advice I can have for you is invite me to your place and let me show you in your house. Because we talked about This is the color of your cabinets.
Mhm.
I've got one customer that has a clear maple cabinet. One wanted as warm as possible to make it feel nice and cozy warm. The next person wanted cool to make it a little more snappy, more white on it. And you're not going to find that in the store.
Mhm.
You know, a cool white, like this is a green background. A cool white may make this look kind of terrible because it will bring out the blue that's inside this paint.
Mhm.
I worked in the body shop at one time too, so I used to try and mix up paints to match faded paint on a vehicle. It's like, okay, I see a little red, like it might be a blue car. Okay, I see a little bit of red in there, and you got to put a little bit of yellow, and try and get it. So that's how things can. Paints like this have all kinds of colors in it. So
Mhm.
you need to see them, especially at the price that they are right now. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Any other questions?
So what's the optimum operating temperature of an LED light?
Well, they try and design for 65 degrees.
65 degrees
Maximum.
Fahrenheit.
Celsius.
Celsius, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because inside of a pot light, it's going to get fairly warm with an LED light in it.
Yes.
You're thinking about 65 degrees?
That's what they try to do, yeah.
Right, okay.
I've got various designs of lights. A very common one, just grab here.